Anyways, we're streaming on Twitch. We're not streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on TikTok. We're streaming on YouTube. And that's about it. This is CM Punk's Pipe Bomb promo 10 years later. I like to go back and watch this one every once in a while. His name is Dwayne. I don't know if I'm as good of an actor there, yeah, but Dwayne, he's a pretty good.
John Cena, while you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest.
10 years ago, arguably the most impactful moment in WWE history happened. On June 27th, 2011, CM Punk, live on WWE's flagship show, grabbed a mic and in 6 minutes said everything you're not supposed to say in WWE. A decade later, is what Punk said in his iconic pipe bomb promo still true? Let's revisit it by first seeing how it began.
Here tonight at the Key Arena in Seattle for Monday Night Raw.
Just acquired from SmackDown.
After the Strange Society had imploded, CM Punk was sent to Raw, being swapped with Edge, who went to SmackDown. The same night he became a member of the Raw roster, Punk defeated Evan Bourne to earn a spot on the Bragging Rights team. This unfortunately turned out to be a bad thing. At the pay-per-view, CM Punk suffered a hip injury during the match. He was able to finish, but would need some time away from the ring to recover. During this, CM Punk would become a commentator for Raw. This really allowed Punk to showcase his witty and smug personality. While he didn't do anything seriously controversial, it was a teaser of what was to come. After several weeks as a commentator, CM Punk was ready to return to the ring. After John Cena defeated Dolph Ziggler, Punk got up from the commentary table and attacked Cena with a chair.
What's he doing? Oh, man!
The same thing would happen later that week on SmackDown. On the following episode of Raw, Cena called out CM Punk, asking Punk to explain his actions. Even though the pipe bomb promo was still months away, Punk was already publicly addressing things that fans have been critical of.
John, you were fired from the WWE. You said you were going to go away. You were going to be the man of your word. But what happened? You came back later that night.
Additionally, CM Punk accused Cena of not being the positive role model he was often made to be, citing Cena throwing Batista off a car even after the match ended, and him brutalizing Wade Barrett by dropping a stack of chairs on him, among other incidents. The verbal assault ended with CM Punk saying that he knew who Cena really was, and he was going to be the one to end it. Later that night, after the Nexus attacked and left John Cena helpless in the ring, CM Punk showed up again. He hit Cena with a GTS and was about to hit him with another chair shot, but held back. Instead, Punk raised his fist and revealed he was the new leader of the Nexus. John Cena and CM Punk eventually faced off a few weeks later. It ended in disqualification when Mason Ryan made his debut by running in from the crowd and attacking Punk. While CM Punk and John Cena's paths would still cross a bit, the two went their separate ways. John Cena pursued the WWE Championship, eventually leading to Cena winning the title in May of 2011. CM Punk's career was not so favorable. He continued to lead the new Nexus and feuded with Randy Orton. The Anaconda and the Viper faced off in 2 pay-per-view matches, which saw Orton win both times. After his rivalry with Randy finished, Punk's career became stale, losing to the likes of Rey Mysterio, Big Show, and Kane. But little did fans know that things were about to turn around in a big way. In the main event of Raw, CM Punk and the WWE Champion John Cena came face to face again. The two fought for a while until the number 1 contender for the WWE title came out. R-Truth approached a young fan, which turned Cena's attention away from his opponent. CM Punk capitalized on the opportunity and hit the champion with a GTS to win the match. While this victory was mainly to help build Cena and R-Truth's match at Capital Punishment, it did help boost Punk's career and put him in the WWE title picture. The next week on Raw, CM Punk came out and asked to be named number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. The anonymous Raw general manager felt disrespected by Punk's attitude, prompting him to create a triple threat match between Punk, Rey Mysterio, and Alberto Del Rio. The three men met later in the show, where CM Punk got his wish and became the #1 contender for the WWE Championship.
Poor Wayne.
Immediately after the match, Punk would make it publicly known that his contract was expiring on July 17th, the same day he would challenge Cena for the WWE Championship.
July 17th is the day my contract with World Wrestling Entertainment comes to an end.
Punk's contract expiring was true, and at the time, he hadn't agreed to a new deal, so this is all real. In hindsight, this could technically be considered Punk's first pipe bomb, but the real bombshell was yet to come. The night started with Shawn Michaels kicking off the show. CM Punk, along with the last remaining members of the New Nexus, interrupted the showstopper. Punk was frustrated that fans would cheer old-timers like Shawn Michaels rather than younger stars like him, citing it was one of the reasons he was leaving WWE. The situation was broken up by the anonymous Raw general manager who put Punk in a match against Kane. The fight had an anticlimactic ending due to CM Punk walking out of the match and getting counted out. Punk wouldn't be seen again until the very end of the show. In the main event, R-Truth took on the WWE Champion, John Cena, in a tables match, although it wasn't for the title. Similar to how Truth aided Punk 2 weeks earlier, CM Punk did the same during R-Truth's match with Cena. The interference allowed R-Truth to defeat John Cena by spearing him through a table. Once the match was over, CM Punk grabbed a mic and walked towards the entrance stage. While Punk had already started to blur the line between fictional WWE storylines and reality, he would spend the next 6 minutes completely destroying it.
There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. You're as good as kissing Vince's ass as Hulk Hogan was. You know who else was a Paul Heyman guy? Brock Lesnar.
The name drops of people like Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar, who WWE would rarely acknowledge, was shocking to hear. Punk also specifically naming rival companies only made the moment feel even more real.
I'm leaving with the WWE Championship on July 17th. Maybe I'll go defend it in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe I'll go back to Ring of Honor.
While this doesn't mean as much today, CM Punk saying those names was the equivalent of dropping an F-bomb. Like with F-bombs, Punk saying forbidden words was shocking, but not much else. What really makes this promo so impactful is the truths about WWE that CM Punk made public. Punk pointed out what has frustrated many fans for years. The WWE roster both back then and now is filled with talented wrestlers like CM Punk, some that could be considered better wrestlers than John Cena. But because John Cena was a company guy, or as Punk put it,
kissing Vince McMahon's ass,
Cena was still always at the top, even if he wasn't champion. Later on, CM Punk also pretty much explained the problem with WWE in 2 sentences.
He's a millionaire who should be a billionaire. You know why he's not a billionaire? It's because he surrounds himself with glad-handing yes men like John Laurinaitis, who's going to tell him everything that he wants to hear.
Building off that, another big reason is that everything must be approved by Vince McMahon. It was that way back in 2011, and it's still how things are being done today. On that note, how does the pipe bomb promo hold up 10 years later? Well, I would say it's mostly accurate. While John Cena isn't around full time, someone new came along to take his place. Just like in 2011, there are tons of talent today that many would argue are being underutilized by WWE. Punk talking about reaching for the imaginary brass ring was proven not long after he cut that promo. That exact same year, Zack Ryder was able to get himself over with the fans organically. His reward was getting put in a terrible storyline and then pretty much getting put back to where he was before. The part of Punk's promo that has aged very well is this.
I'm just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's gonna keep turning, and I understand that.
Think of all the wrestlers who were released in 2021. No matter who you are, everyone is a dollar amount, and if the company doesn't feel you're worth it, then you're out, and the wheel keeps spinning. Now here's where I think Punk's pipe bomb promo doesn't hold up. While Punk's statement that WWE will be taken over by Vince McMahon's family once McMahon himself is dead is likely true, CM Punk implies that the company won't get better with Stephanie McMahon or Triple H in charge. I feel like many fans would disagree. About a year after Punk said that, Triple H took over NXT and helped create the WWE Performance Center. NXT has gotten tons of praise from fans for years and is considered by many to be WWE's best show. Either way, what Punk said in 2011 is still relevant 10 years later. So what effect did this moment have on WWE and wrestling in general? Well, I don't feel like Punk's pipe bomb completely changed the industry, and I don't think he opened doors for smaller or different kinds of wrestlers to become champion. Eddie Guerrero, Bret Hart, Mankind, Rob Van Dam, and Jeff Hardy had all won the WWE title years before Punk did. While I don't think the pipe bomb promo was this massive game changer people sometimes say it was, I still think it was the best WWE moment in the past decade and one of the greatest of all time. Here's why. In 2011, WWE was stale. The show wasn't a must-see, and lots of fans had stopped watching wrestling altogether. Punk's promo gave WWE the kick it needed. The pipe bomb promo helped create some legitimate interest and excitement for WWE again. I feel like this could have been the beginning of an even bigger resurgence, but WWE failed to capitalize on the momentum. Looking back at the pipe bomb promo 10 years later, I think the best takeaway from it is that wrestling, and WWE in particular, can be fun. I'll admit, if I wasn't doing this YouTube channel, then I probably wouldn't be watching Raw or SmackDown or any of WWE's shows right now. The storylines and characters they have right now are just not interesting to watch. However, despite being 10 years old, CM Punk's promo is still engaging. Wrestling has been exposed for not being real countless times. I'm partially to blame for that. But Punk's promo feels real because a lot of it was. You can feel his frustrations. Even if you weren't an upset wrestling fan, just about anyone can relate to a coworker getting ahead just because he or she is liked more by the boss. Punk speaking openly about the problems with WWE is great. Saying stuff that WWE wouldn't allow people to say is awesome. In addition to all that, CM Punk still uses the promo to build interest in his pay-per-view match with John Cena, and that's why it's such an amazing moment. I remember seeing this storyline as it happened, and legitimately being excited to watch Raw to find out what was going to happen next. Nowadays, I sadly can't imagine actually looking forward to watching any of WWE's shows. The pipe bomb promo, though, is a reminder that wrestling can be the most exciting thing on earth. All you need is a live mic and someone with something real to say.
True.
The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla isn't just for late night, because it has a perfect slow roasted chicken to melted cheese ratio. That's chicken on the inside.
Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Yeah, right here. Appreciate everybody that was able to get in here and join. Meant a lot.